I have a problem. Despite playing this game for over a decade, I still have no clue how to do any redstone without a tutorial. And I'm a very lackluster builder. You can't be both, that just means you're bad at Minecraft. For example, I tried to build a 3x3 piston door by myself. I couldn't figure it out. That's the best I could do. So instead, I built one that was just a cobblestone generator and some TNT. That is how bad at redstone I am. And what better way to improve your Minecraft skill than giving yourself arbitrary rules and one life to do it all? I'll save you the explanation of what hardcore is. I feel like at this point everyone knows. Now, in this episode, I only have 3 goals. Find a cool place to build, getting the elytra. I was going to save this for episode 2, but it's so useful and I just love using it. And 3, build a cool base. And that is pretty much it. But as promised, this series is going to have a few rules, so I can try to improve my Minecraft abilities. But before I disclose those rules, I should probably actually get started. Alright, stone tools acquired. Alright, first off, I'm going to try and get a book and quill. I know what you're thinking, why is the first thing you're doing in hardcore getting a book and quill? Well, it's so I can write my rules. Rule number 1, I have to design my own farms, meaning I can't use a tutorial. Number 2, no industrial districts. I have to incorporate every farm into my build. Number 3, this isn't a rule, I have the villager rebalance turned on. So just keep that in mind. So now that we have our rules established, I think it's time to find the perfect place to build. However, I need to cook my food. Now that the food is cooked, I don't really want to waste it all traveling, so I'm just gonna get a horse. With my new best friend, I proceeded to spend the next hour looking for a cool place to build. And I happened to find a lot of cool stuff. Like this pale garden in dark oak forest, a very snowy grove, and the largest stony peaks I have ever seen. With so many exposed ores, I easily got iron armor. And yet, despite thinking I had recorded my entire gameplay, I actually hadn't. And right before I found my base, I stopped recording. So I just realized I wasn't recording. So the place I decided to settle is an underground river that Tectonic adds, and it is completely surrounded by the jungle. But now that I found this place, I've been cooking up some designs I've thought about. My favorite is kind of like a pirate cove with tons of rope bridges going from stone pillar to stone pillar. Now, I don't know how I'm going to make this, because this is going to be a lot of stuff I have never attempted before, but what I do know is that I'm going to need a lot more materials than what I have. And I don't really want to gather all the resources I need for this with iron tools. So I think it's time for a mining expedition. But annoyingly, on this expedition, I found so much skulk. I discovered everywhere I went underground was covered in skulk. So I had to be a lot more careful about mining in these parts. But I mean, other than that, it was pretty helpful for finding diamonds. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that actually worked. Alright, now that I have some pretty good tools, I think it's time I get started on the base, and for that, I'm gonna need a bit of wood. I know I just said I wanted to work on the base, but I am low-key starting to feel the pain of not having elytra, especially since I have to keep traversing the water and this hill to get to these trees. So I think I'm gonna make a quick detour to the end of the game. I mean, I am feeling pretty confident that I'm ready for the nether. I just don't have any obsidian, so that just means I have to find a lava pool. Alright, well, that's all the obsidian I need. Alright, I'm hoping for a good spawn, preferably in a warped forest. The worst possible outcome is that I spawn in a basalt delta. You know, they're just the worst to traverse. Nope, not doing that right now. So, there was an even worse spawn than the basalt delta. I'm gonna need some blocks. I'm gonna build a safety box and safety bridges, otherwise, you know, a ghast would easily kill me. But I mean, once I hit the mainland, it's all just a matter of finding a warped forest and fortress. Nice. That is a very conveniently placed fortress. Oh my gosh, there's 4 baby piglins right there. I have never seen that many baby zombies in one place. If I get fire res with the 3 gold I have, I'm cheating. No way. Oh my gosh. Alright, that's all the blaze arts I should need. So I have all the stuff I need to fight Jean, which, if you didn't know, that is the dragon's official name. All the stuff, except for some montage music. But I think I know the perfect thing. Gosh, that was so cringy, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, is it on the Mushroom Island? Alright, now I don't have any more excuses. I have to build this thing. So it's been a couple days since I last played in this world, and in those couple days I edited what I had recorded, and we're at 8 minutes on the timeline. Just so you know how crazy that is, time played 9.29 hours. That is insane. In case you're curious, it was like 1 hour on the horses, 1 hour doing nothing after I got to this area, an hour and a half of mining, an hour in the nether, an hour and a bit in the end, and then I did an hour-long AFK session. And finally, it took 2 hours to build what's behind me, and the reason it took me so long is because I built like half of it at first, I decided I didn't like it, and then I tore it all down. It also helped to condense it all because my mic was muted the whole time and I did not want to voice over everything. At this point, you might be able to tell that I was a bit tired, and that's because that was recorded at 12 a.m. But before I got off, I wanted to continue playing just a bit longer, so I proceeded to spend the next hour building a more in-theme sugarcane farm. After building it, I decided I wanted an autocrafter in it. So I spent a fair amount of time in creative trying to learn how this thing works. Basically just... yeah. I really struggled with how I wanted the entrance to look, so I spent a lot of time actually just tweaking with that. But in the end, I think it came out looking at least decent. Yeah. I think that looks good. It's currently 1 a.m. I have yet to pack for camp. In the middle of recording this episode, I actually went to a boys' camp as an adult leader. That's just some added context. In the camp, I have to be at the meetup location at 6:15 a.m. today. So I think I'm just gonna go to sleep. So I'll pick this back up in like 4 days. Alright, so it's been about a week. I got back from boys camp a couple days ago, but I've just been really tired since, so I've not been doing anything. But now I'm ready to get back in the fray. Right before I left for camp, I put down these signs with ideas of what I want to build in these particular areas. So this one is like a statue of, I'm not completely sure what it would be yet, but I want a statue there. And this would be a creeper farm, which would have like a copper tube and it's just going down from the ceiling, and the creepers would fall into like a death chamber. And then finally over here I had two options. The first was the crystal mines and the second was a lush cave, but I ended up thinking that the crystal mines would look better. So yeah, those are my 3 base extensions, and I want to build all of them in this episode. So my plan currently is to build the creeper farm first, that way I can mine out a bunch of stone, and that would give me enough to build the statue. And once I build the statue, I would have enough gunpowder from the creeper farm to hopefully fly out and find a desert to get some glass for the crystal mines. So let's get started on that creeper farm. Now, my creeper farm design is pretty similar to one of the most common ones. It has a bunch of snow golems, but I don't have any snow, so we're gonna have to do some exploring. Oh my gosh, there's so many ores. This is a crazy amount. Next episode, turning my world into West Virginia by mining out all the mountaintops. Oh, is that snow? Thank goodness. I'm gonna grab a fair amount of calcite for the crystal mines. And just like that, that is 6 and a bit stacks of calcite. Alright, we have everything we need. Let's go home. Oh, I just threw out my pickaxe. I need to grab that now. There it is. Home sweet home. So, I need a lot of copper for the creeper tube. However, I don't have that much. Wait, do I have any? Wait, I thought I had some. Alright, well, I have even less copper than I thought I did. So, I guess that means it's time for another mining expedition. Well, that actually ended up being a lot quicker than I thought it would be. However, during my mining session, my game did actually crash, and when I restarted my game, I completely forgot to start recording again. So while I was mining, I actually found an amethyst geode, and I basically mined like a third of it out. But anyways, let's get this copper smelted. And just like that, with the power of editing, all the copper is basically smelted. So let's craft up some trapdoors, and let's get started on this creeper farm. And that is the creeper farm. Let's see how it looks from over there. I mean, it kinda fits. Once it turns blue, I think it will look a lot better. So I'm just gonna go AFK for a bit and see if the farm actually works. Now that the creeper farm has been built and it's a bit functional, I AFK'd for about 45 minutes and I got like a stack of gunpowder. So it's not a good farm by any means, but it is a farm. I mean, yeah, so now there's this tube, which will eventually turn blue, and it will be some nice contrast, I think. I hope. But now I have a bunch of stone, so I think it's time to build the statue. I was looking online and I saw one statue that was like the shape of a fish and it was curved like that. It was curved. I think that's kind of what I want to do. I'm going to have a base of deep slate, and then it's going to be mostly smooth stone, and it will have some like gold eyes and gold trims, and I think it will look pretty cool. All right, I don't know how much deep slate I'm going to need, but I'm probably going to need a bit, so I think it's time to go back to the mines. Alright, so now I've collected a fair bit of deep slate. I don't have the gold for what I'm planning, so I'll just get gold from the nether later. But I mean, other than that, I think it's time to build the base of the statue. So I'm just going to convert most of my deep slate into deep slate tiles, and we'll get started building. So, I've hit a snag. I've reached the part of the statue that needs gold blocks, so I'm just gonna have to go into the nether and grab them. Okay, so I just finished building the statue. I thought at the very least I was recording my first person, and I thought I was recording with Flashback, but it turns out neither of which are true. So, here is how the statue came out. I had to clear some of the space above it because it was slightly too big. The statue itself looks good, but I probably should have moved it like 3 or 4 blocks to the left. But at this point, I don't want to tear it down and rebuild it again. Originally, I built the base like right next to the dock, and I thought that was way too close. So I tore it down and I put it where it is now. But now it's too close to the cave wall, so whatever, man. But even though it's too close, I think it will still look good from the bay, so let's check it out. If you can even see it, that is. You can like barely see it, like right here. Like this angle, you can kind of see it. Yeah, I definitely need to move it over to make it more visible. Like the statue itself looks fine. It's just not very visible. That sucks. Wait, oh my gosh, this is truly incredible. I built this several hours ago, and the first trapdoor has just oxidized. Oh my gosh. This is gonna take forever to turn blue. Alright, now that the statue is done, I think it's finally time to create the crystal cave. I'm gonna need some sand to get some glass, and then I'm gonna have to get some dye. I don't really know how to build the crystals. I've never really built crystals in Minecraft. My cat is attacking my room. She's... oh. Oh, and she is hiding under my blanket. That's kind of what she does when someone knocks at her door. I don't know why, she's not even scared of people. Alright, I'm gonna find a little beach to raid the sand from. I don't really want to destroy the environment of my base. I don't know how much sand I'm gonna need, but I feel like this is enough. Alright, I need some smooth basalt, and the easiest way to do that is to get it from the nether. Oh my gosh, that like actually jump scared me. Oh, and that is 6 stacks. Ugh, what a gross noise. Let's see the dread guests. They're happy. Oh, what the? I didn't know that their texture gets wider as they get rehydrated. That's weird. I don't like that. Oh. Oh. I didn't mean to. I swear. Oh my gosh, it's alive. I'm so sorry you don't have a sibling. Why are you hovering like that? Oh my gosh, this is such a mess. I cannot find anything in here. The last dye I need is green. I don't know where a desert is, and I'm pretty sure that's the only way to get green dye. Alright, that's definitely enough cactuses. Let's get it smelted. Alright, so we're going to have 4 different crystal types, which are going to be the different dyed glass. I should probably add something over there. There's nothing over there, versus over here where there's a ton of stuff happening. Anywho, let's get started on building this thing. My other cat has come to try and be mean, I guess. What do you want, cat? What do you want, George? Okay, he just wants to be pet. Alright, he is in my lap now. It looks serviceable. Yeah, it looks serviceable. Oh my gosh. Wow. Another one oxidized. Okay, so here's the thing. I technically accomplished everything I wanted to do today, which was to find a cool place to build a base, build said base, and then get an elytra, which at this point is pretty much dead. But this has got to go. This is too bad for me. This is genuinely horrible. All of this chest monster has to go. I need to actually make a real base, because currently, that's just a build. I don't have anything in here that's like actually storage for me, besides like the barrels on the ship, but that's just decorative. So I'm thinking I build somewhere like in the wall, like a cave house, and I'm gonna make it on the left side because the left side has nothing in it. The problem is, once again, I don't really know what I want with that, and I don't know how to build it, which I have a feeling is going to be a common theme throughout this series. Alright, so I've been scouting around the base for the best place to build a house, and I think this corner is probably the best place to build something. It's far away from the other stuff, so hopefully it kind of balances the build slightly, and it probably won't look out of place here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put some more slabs down here. I think it would look nice if this has like a jungle frame. Once I had the frame built, I tried a lot of wall variations. Here's how some of them looked, but here's how it ultimately came out. And here's how the top part came out. But now, with the exterior basically done, it's time to move to the interior. I think that looks decent on the inside, and it looks alright on the exterior. It's like, it's still a bit like, it's still lacking. I don't know what to really do about it, but if anyone has any suggestions, just comment them. I'll be reading all of them. But now that the interior is done, I can finally start moving stuff into here. It's probably going to take some time, so it's best if we just get that started. So I finally finished sorting everything. It didn't take too long. It took about an hour. That's actually like a really long time. So yeah, it did take too long. So I guess this is the official house tour. I'm probably gonna add something there, but I'm really proud about how like the walls came out. I think the walls look really good. I got all of my valuables and these chests and like all the basic stuff I need. And this is the storage room. I didn't build this in the time lapse, but I just really needed a storage place and a place to put my furnaces. I think it all came out pretty good. The creeper farm is creeping. It's working. Let's see how much it has. It's gotten about 4 stacks. I completely forgot I need to take down this island. I need to move my horse somewhere. Yeah, I'll just put him on the boat. Dude, the horse is getting away. Do I have any leads? No, I don't even have any string. I just sorted this. Why am I checking all of them? Sorry that I got sidetracked. Let's get back to the tour. So ultimately, this is what the base looks like from a couple different angles. We got the sugarcane farm, which, while being manual, is still pretty cool because it simply has an auto crafter. We got this little connected thing. I'm thinking of putting like some barrels right there. We got this little lookout. Oh, a lookout tower would be cool to add. I'm just thinking of stuff to add. And this place has a cannon with a couple extra cannonballs right next to it. It has bridges, some more bridges everywhere. We got the spiral staircase that goes to the boat dock, which doesn't have any boats, or does it? And then up here is the little crystal cave that I made. I think the crystal caves actually turned out really well. And then if I want, I could probably just continue it on that way. We got the statue that needs to be moved over a couple blocks. But I won't, because then I have to, you know, rebuild it and take it down. And that's just a big pain. I just had the thought of maybe putting 2 of those statues, like right at the entrance. I think that would look cool. And finally, we have the ship. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, it's a ship. But now that we have our base built for the most part, and like pretty much everything done, I think it's time to write some goals down for next episode. So first off, I want to make an enchanting setup that is in theme with this. I want to get max gear, and I want to get a totem. Those 3 things will be featured in the next video. There's still more stuff I wanted to do this episode, but I've been playing for too long. I need to edit and post something else. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the Hardcore series. If you did enjoy the video, please engage with it, so comment, like, subscribe. You know the deal, every YouTuber says that. But yeah, it would mean a lot to me. And I guess I'll just leave you with one thing. Don't judge me too harshly for these builds. I know they're not that good.